We'll be live.
What's going on, YouTube family? Alex Lexus, the ZXpredator, has returned from a hiatus. I left like at the end of June, early July, and we're here in mid-August, so I miss a good chunk of the season. But I am back, and this is my second ride back since coming home, getting that lean practice in. But yeah, it was a tough, time to be away at the peak of the season, and while trying to do content or what have you. But suffered an injury down there. I'll be healing, but now I have to be more aware of like staying hydrated, since I'm more prone at my age to a couple of things. So just preservation of self. But I was in Fort Lee, Virginia, doing my SOC class, which is for you older folks before me, is like their ANOC class. So just making sure I'm ready for my further promotions in my career. But with that being said, plans upon my return, I'm going to be resuming regular production. Taking like a week or two to kind of recharge, but there is a backlog of videos that I am putting up that I think would be of great interest to a couple of folks. But also too, the International Bike Show for New York has been canceled. I repeat, our plans to do that has been canceled because of, if you have been checking the news, I don't want to go into too much detail, but they're requiring proof of certain inoculations, and we got the email from Progressive saying that the bike show has been canceled. But I wonder if New York Comic Con will be next. But yeah, that kind of sucks. But I will say I am going to be doing some follow-up and do DIY videos. A couple projects with that. I have to address my clutch at 30,000 miles. I think it's time to get them inspected and do the Brock's clutch mod, which I'm probably gonna have Absolute Cycle installed for me. And now that I have the bike paid off, I don't have to worry about what the bank says, because there's no bank. I full out own my bike. So I'm thinking of a couple of things. And I know many videos ago I was talking about what should I go with if I decide to do it. Should I go turbo, or should I just go with like a good old beefier internal setup with carpenter racing? But I'm kind of trying to find direction as to which way to lean. But at the end of the day, like, my goal is I just want a certain number of usable HPs, so that me, I'm a 240-pound guy at 72 inches, 6 foot. If I do my road races and whatnot, I'm literally weighing Zeus down. So it would be to my benefit to at least have like 230-ish, in the HP range per se. But that's consistent. But if you leave comments below, let me know what would be, because my thing is I don't want something that's going to require uber maintenance. I've heard some things with turbos, and even with motor builds, they generate heat because you're pushing so much power, and so that's another thing to take into consideration. But also down the pipeline, I will be going to the track. I'm trying to remember which day I'm gonna go with team promotion, but yeah, that's inevitable. So I'm probably gonna get 1 or 2 before I'm done for the season. And my next project, I'm trying to see, it's probably a long shot, but if I can get to NYST for the first time, that'd be really cool. And shout out to Vonnie B. Glad she's recovered and got her bike back. But yeah, she had mentioned, hey, NYST is a good track to check out. So yeah, that'll be one of my next ventures. But I do want to also hit Taylor the Dragon, and being that I was down in Virginia and met other riders, I do want to start like traveling and getting out there, meeting people. You know, for logistics reasons, I have to keep it like local, or somewhere I can at least get within 4 to 5 hours. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. You know, a couple of things. Like I'm even thinking like bigger projects for 2022. Like, you know, I want to just remove any inhibitors, right? Any barriers. Like I want to, like, you know, really turn things up. You know, so it should, you know, now that I'm back, slowly getting settled. You know, I may or may not have Camera Girl back, but I'm gonna see if she can help me do some videos with my brother-in-law. You know, but yeah, you know, I did miss doing YouTube, and I did miss, you know, some members of my Night Riders and all that, and just in general, like, you know, people take for granted what soldiers had to go through and what they had to sacrifice. Yeah, while I was gone, my dog was kind of under the weather and I couldn't be here, and it was kind of rough. But all in all, I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be back doing YouTube content, and you know, just, you know, some things are coming down the pipeline. You know, shout out to the new friends that I made, and shout out to my people that I'm gonna reunite with. So with that being said, in closing, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get notified of all my new content. And I may be doing, actually I am going to be doing member only content, which is a little more mature, but we'll talk about that later on. But this has been Alex Lexus, ZX Ninja. I'm outie. Peace.